About it, everyone. It's Thursday night. It is October the 2nd, 2025, and you are in tune right this very minute to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, coming to you live all across the World Wide Web, Facebook and on YouTube. And if you're on the Facebook, reach over and hit the like button, hit the share button, let everybody know you're a fan of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, so that our broadcast is rebroadcast on your page, getting us out to an even broader and wider audience. Hey guys, we welcome all of you tonight, wherever you're tuning in from. I see you're putting on the chat there where all you're tuning in from tonight. We just want to say thank you for taking the time to join us here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Coming to you live tonight right here at our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia, at The Rock, Thompsontown, Georgia, and turn number 3 of the Old Rocket Speedway in the great metropolis of Kinsey, Alabama. Live all across the great United States of America and in foreign countries where it is legal and illegal for our broadcast to transmit. Ladies and gentlemen, all 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and loud and proud, as always, in the great state of Baker County, Georgia. And a big salute and welcome to all of our fine friends over in Baker County, Georgia. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the truth and nothing but the truth. So let me give you our disclaimer. Perhaps you are like-minded and of kindred spirit with us, meaning that you subscribe to conservative, Judeo-Christian principalities, common sense thinking, and conservative values, because that's who we are. That's what this show is about. That's what we're going to talk about for the next hour and 15 minutes. We're going to tell some stories. We're going to give you some news and opinions and revelations and reflections. But if you do not think the way we do, and most of our audience do, if you're in Martha's Vineyard tonight or you're in San Francisco, California, and your ideology does not line up with us, then I'm going to give you three things you can do, because you'd be better off to do one of these three things or all three of these three things than probably watching our show. Number one, you can take a gender and sexuality course online while we are broadcasting live. Number two, you can tune in to the RuPaul Drag Show online if you'd like. Or if you're a man, you can go to Walgreens and buy you some tampons. One of those three things, if you don't subscribe to our way of thinking, because we're going to drive you crazy. We're going to make you mad. We're going to hurt your feelings. So go ahead and do us all a favor and do one of those three things. Hey, guys, brand new sponsor tonight in Diagonal. 109.6437 and 1/89th of a half of a 77th of a centimeter and an inch at the same time.
If you don't have a slide rule, you can't watch that TV.
We are live tonight at Linda Gale's. Live, Linda Gale's lard soaking emporium for the liberal women. Linda Gale's libido de-enhancement therapy featuring Maxine Waters and Hillary Clinton in bikinis.
Ooh.
And Linda Gale's liberal re-education and redirection correspondence courses for the confused and idiotic in Lucille, Georgia.
Oh.
You about write that down if y'all want to go there. You better got to write that down if that's what you got interested in.
Yeah. But any of you that are, liberal out there, hey, they got it all for you. Some of you large liberal ladies, you can go soak in lard, get you in a bath of lard and soak for 7 hours.
So what?
I hope P. Diddy ain't listening here.
What does that lard do for you? What effects does it have?
They say it enhances your skin, and I don't know why that Linda Gill only does it for liberal women. I don't know why. I don't know the. Anyway, but and that kind of caught my attention. Libido de-enhancement therapy with Maxine and Hillary in bikinis.
I don't even want to go there.
Man,
well, it's getting close to Halloween.
Yep.
That'd be a house of horrors right there.
Man, oh man. Hey guys, we welcome all of you tonight to our show. It's October the 2nd. We are in the last quarter of 2025 coming down the pipeline. Man, it is all these 9 months has gone by in a hurry. But hey guys, we're glad you're here. A lot of fairs going on, a lot of activity going on. Hey, want to give a big shout out real quick. Opening night is tomorrow night. Swamp Gravy Graveside Service, October the 3rd, 4th, 10th, 11th, 17th, 18th, 24th, and 25th, 2025 at Cotton Hall, www.swampgravy.com. You can still get your tickets. Be going on the whole month of October right here in historic downtown Colquitt, Georgia. Go to the show. I promise you'll love Cotton Hall. It is a great historic theater, and come visit us in Colquitt, Georgia during the month of October. Big shout out real quick, Charlie, before I turn it over to you. I believe it was yesterday. LaVon Nichols' birthday. Happy birthday, LaVon Nichols. Should I ask?
Don't go there.
Yeah, you can say too much.
You dig yourself in a bigger hole. So Yeah.
Leave it at happy birthday. Hope you had a great day and many more. That's
Amen.
when you're dealing with
I
a
might have told
woman
y'all
and her age. That's where you need to stay,
Yeah.
Marvin.
Stay away.
I might have told y'all this. I'm bad about digging myself a hole at church. I don't know if you've ever
Not
y'all
you.
noticed that.
No, no.
Not you. Not
Miss
you.
Bobby Hornsby. One time I asked her, I said, Miss Bobby, how old are you? In a mixed crowd. She said, you don't ask a lady how old they are. I said, well, had you rather me ask you how much you weigh?
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Well, I tell you what, Marvin, he'll ask his congregation all kind of questions, you know. And I'm thinking about saying, man, you don't need to go there. You need to back off a little bit. I try to counsel him a little bit on his stage presence, but he gets Marvin sometimes he gets overwhelmed with himself, you know. And
And when he gets to
What?
running and foaming at the mouth, you have to really just back off and let him go.
I
Marvin,
had I
when
tell you what, Marvin get in trouble now. He gets in trouble all the time with folks. He got in trouble with one of my old dear friends here the other day. The man called me. Things like Marvin sold him some chickens, and the chickens wouldn't laying. They wasn't laying. The chickens weren't laying. Marvin sold him some chickens, and he asked me to give Marvin a call on the chickens, and I did not. It's the first time I've mentioned it to Marvin about the chickens. I just wondered, how would you sell, a local guy who lived, he and his wife lived their whole life here in college, you know, how do you justify selling a man chickens that won't lay eggs? What's the story on that?
I don't guarantee the
well
propaganda
now hold it.
does.
That's like
Whoa.
when you marry somebody,
Whoa.
you ain't guaranteed how many young ones they're gonna have. Huh?
So look at here. He gave me. I had a hen about a few months ago that was wanting to set. Well, I ain't got that rooster. Marvin killed my rooster. He oversexed my rooster. He wanted to borrow my rooster. I sent him out there, and I didn't know he was gonna breed him with 5,000 hens. But I asked Marvin when he gonna bring my rooster back. He said the rooster's dead. He said the rooster just fell out one
Yeah,
day.
I know why.
Rooster's dead. Yeah, yeah. So he said, but don't worry about it. He said, I'll bring you some fertilized eggs so your hen can sit on them. So she brought him fertilized egg. He said, about 21 days, he said, raise her up and look in there and see. They'll be getting about ready to hatch. So I put them in there, and about 21 days, I looked, I ain't seen nothing. About 30 days, I looked, I ain't seen nothing. About 45 days, I looked, I ain't seen nothing. And then on day 60, I just took them eggs out and threw them and busted them, and they done turned green and purple, and they ain't their egg fertilized that Marvin brought me. He said, "Well, I could have got the wrong ones,
I
but
don't guarantee the fertility of my eggs, nor do I
but
guarantee the propagation of the production quality.
but let me tell you about the ducks. I done bought some. I bought some duck from him one time. Charged me $9 a piece for them ducks. I'm gonna put them over there at the pond. Them the ugliest ducks I ever seen anywhere. I don't know where he got them from, but they was ugly. They was just flat ugly duck. Sold me 9 of them, and they beat him home. He come up here for me to pay him, and I paid him. And when he got home, all 9 of them ducks done flew home.
They done
And
flew
cause I
home.
went out there, I went out there the next day, and them 9 same ugly ducks was out there at his house. You think he gave me the money back?
They ain't one of them ducks had a serial number on it, did
No.
Hey,
he?
I've
Those
Hey,
seen,
whoa. I got a question. I brought you a rooster and two hens. Are they still living?
no, the dog got in and killed them. Remember I told you that.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I told you.
we telling you now.
I'm telling
No,
you now.
tell me now.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah,
That's the one.
one of your dog's siblings broke in the pen and tore the door open, and that was all she wrote.
Oh,
Well, that particular rooster must not have had a chance because if he got a little leverage on that
Yeah,
dog,
yeah,
there'd be the
he
dog
killed it.
laying there.
But
Well,
that what Queasel forgetting is them same ducks. I sold them 17 times in 4 different states.
I guarantee you did. Yeah, because they beat you back home that day. And then he said he felt bad about killing my rooster. He said, so I'm gonna give you a rooster. So he come out here one day with a rooster, put him in out there, and that the craziest rooster I ever seen in my life. You go open the door to go in there and feed him, he coming at you with whatever spur he got every single time. I told Marvin, I said, you can come eat that, get that rooster, or we gonna have rooster and dumplings. whichever one you want. If that rooster mean anything to you, you better come get him.
Hey, Charlie,
Hey,
speaking of rooster and dumplings, it looks like you had some dumplings here, or that's mashed taters, I reckon.
That's mashed taters, green beans, and cabbages. The cornbread's not showing, but what is the meat there?
Salmon croquette.
Okay.
Is that correct?
That is correct. That
They
is
look
correct.
good too.
Yeah.
They look like they fit.
That was it. That was it. Soul Sister Express. They got good food if you're over this way, and you don't find salmon croquette at too many places at lunch. But that was one of the specials today,
It's been
and
a long time since I eat a salmon croquette.
My
it
mama
was
used to make
good.
salmon patties. She patty them out and make salmon patties. That's that. She didn't do the croquette, but she do the patties.
Mm.
Man, them things were good with some cane syrup and biscuit. Woo!
That
Man,
hey, I'm glad Floyd. I'd always eat it with a little bit of ketchup, but Reggie, the guy that owns Soul Sisters, you know, the three locations, one in Headland, two in Dothan. He said, "You got some syrup with that?" I said, "Reggie, syrup?" He said, "Yeah." And so they went and got me some syrup, and I learned I threw the ketchup to the side, and I'm a syrup man with my salmon now.
yeah, that's syrup. That goes with salmon
That's the
patties.
way I do on mullet roast. Cane syrup.
Yeah,
Is it?
that's good. Yeah.
Look,
well,
I
you
take a whole thing of mullet roast, get me a concoction of cane syrup in a bowl, and just dip that, and I eat it like a corn dog.
Come on.
Okay.
tell them what you do all day the next day.
Do what, Queasel?
I said, how do you do all that? I said, you tell them what you do all day the next day.
Yeah, Ziggy has some baby mullet. Look, it's coming along. Be about probably another month.
Yeah.
It ought to be right.
Have a mullet cookie. You know,
Oh,
mullet
I
roast.
only kind, I only.
Mullet roast cookie one time, not long ago. Folks, they was all chimed in. They were ready to go.
Yeah.
And, Marvin got a nice place here in town where we could have a nice cooking and
Yeah.
all over at his house.
Yeah.
Mullet roast.
My rental
Well,
house.
you know, Marvin says that if you don't eat the same roe from the same fish, that you can eat many as you want to, and it will make you sick. He said, don't eat the whole pair. He said, eat one roe from this fish and one roe from that
Mullet
fish
roast
and
from
one
another
roe,
fish.
and it won't make you sick. Now, that's what Marvin said.
No, Marvin
He
get
said, it
along.
won't mess up your belly.
I wonder if because I think we could launch this. Is there either a mullet row festival or a mullet row competition or
I,
contest or something?
not that I have ever heard of. This would be the first.
Somewhere. Somebody's got to have a mullet row eating. They have every kind of other
I mean, if
contest.
you can have a chitlin eating contest,
Uh-huh.
you can have a mullet row eating contest.
I agree. I agree.
Mm.
Speaking of mullet and fish, show those pictures. Let me show a little bit of something here from some of my buddies. This Tim Taylor, one of the Alabama Fish Mutilators Incorporated, and an unknown, or let me say, a unidentified fishing partner caught those somewhere down near Lake Seminole. And the reason we don't call the other fellow's name, there are warrants, and I think that we just kind of ought to leave it at that. But that's some pretty shell cracker. There was a couple of brim in there and a couple of catfish you see back there. Those about as good as they grow in any of these waterways around here. Now this is the
They
Lady
caught them in
J.
Spring Creek, didn't they, Charlie?
Yeah, Lady Day charters out of Port St. Joe, locked through, come up the Apalachicola River, and locked through, came on Seminole, went up Spring Creek, and there's 12 grouper that weighed 231 pounds,
Hmm.
and seven snappers to go along with that. But boys, that would be a big fish fry right there.
What you
Telling you.
talking about?
Hey, Floyd, tell them about a place they can get some fresh fish.
Fresh fish Ziggy B right here in Concord, Georgia. Right here, West Main Street, Concord, Georgia. Right there next to that old big Ford car dealership up there. You can't miss it when you'll see it when you got a big sign out there. Ziggy B's fresh seafood and steamer. She'll steam any of that seafood you can see right there. She'll steam that for you. You can take it home and eat it, or you can take it home and you can grill it, you can fry it, you can broil it, you can bake it. You can stew it. You can do whatever you want to do with it. But whatever you put in that pot, to fry, or stew, or bake, or broil, or whatever it is, it's gonna be good and fresh, and you'll be able to eat it. You'll be able to enjoy it. Ziggy B's Seafood. Look here, she's been in business 3 years right there at that same place. We was gonna have her on tonight, but she said she's so wrapped up. She's getting she just got her stock in today. Loaded up that case there with fresh fish and oysters and shrimp and whatever it is that you want that comes in the ocean that swims and you can eat. Ziggy B's got it for you. Y'all stop by there with Ziggy B and wish her a happy anniversary on her opening. Been there 3 years, done business, done well. I tell you what, I've eaten some shrimp or fish or something like just about every week that she's been in business, and I ain't never got a bad piece of fish or shrimp or anything else in there. Y'all go see her. Ziggy B's right here in Congo, Georgia. One of the best places in the world that you can go buy fresh seafood.
And Floyd, you know what you exactly right. I've been eating up there that long too, getting fish on and shrimp and whatever. I don't think I ever got a bad one.
I ain't never got a bad fish in there.
I
No
don't
way.
think I have neither.
We got
And that's a
nothing
pretty good
bad here.
record down for 3 years. That's pretty
You
good.
better know it. I
Pretty
love
good.
that low country ball once a month she
Yeah.
does.
When's she doing the?
She gonna have it. I don't think it's gonna be this week.
Yeah.
She did. She might have told me, but I don't think she did. I don't
Mm.
think
It's
it's
a
gonna be
couple
this
weeks. It's a couple weeks away, I think.
Mm.
Mm.
Hey boys, Floyd didn't say a whole lot about it, but he had a guest for morning coffee this week.
Yeah, he was
And
Did he?
modest about this.
Yeah, yeah.
I might have heard the helicopter coming in.
I did.
He sat down there
Where
with
did
me.
where did they land, Floyd?
Well, they landed over there on the other side of where Marvin lives in town now. They landed over there by it's got a medical helicopter field in there, and they moved everything out of the way so we can
Yeah.
land that Marine One in there. Y'all might have
We
heard it. Y'all,
cleared
but
we
anyway,
cleared that out.
I went and picked him up in my old Tahoe there and brought him over here, my old black Tahoe. He used to ride in them anyway, but he wanted to do kind of incognito, and we got him and brought him on over here. Had a little coffee with him out here, sitting out here, me and him talking. And he was asking me about some things. He was asking me what I thought about Hakeem, and I didn't. We better not repeat what I told him about Hakeem. Any man is named Hakeem. I don't know much about it, to be honest with you.
But you know that was the biggest helicopter I've ever seen in my life. That thing come in, I didn't know what it was. It
No, it
just
was sucking
shook
the
the
tails
whole.
off the roofs over there. You know, the mayor live over there.
Yeah.
Mayor here in Chicago, he live over there. He was telling me about what in the world going over here, Florida. I seen you Tahoe coming in here. I said, I didn't tell you nothing about it. I tell you top secret, the military secret. But we got it worked out.
That's what I'm talking
At
about.
the, I mean,
Hey,
he was at the rock.
your autographed your hat right
All
there.
down my hat. Sure did.
Man,
At the
son,
rock.
yeah, at the rock.
At the rock right
At the
there.
rock.
All right, boys. Charles Pickles getting it ready right there. I know that looks like nothing but dirt.
Well, that's why I say what you grow your
That's what
crop.
it is.
Yeah,
It is dirt.
but you see what a piece of land that's going to have greens and onions and what else? What all
Hell,
else?
that green. I mean, green's not the only thing you can grow in the winter, Marvin. You can't grow tomatoes or nothing like that. What do you mean? What are you gonna plant?
Well, I mean, I
It's
didn't.
October, Marvin. You're not gonna plant corn or anything like that.
Squash and
Oh, you're not gonna plant that, Marvin. No. See,
You
man,
gonna
baby,
plant collard greens.
yeah, collard green,
collard,
green,
turnip,
green,
mustard.
Brussels sprout.
What else he grow out there?
That's enough. That's all I know. I don't know. you, you go ahead and ask him.
Yeah. Hey, Quizzle, tell them about our friend and our neighbor.
Oh man, we was down there last night. I'm telling you what, it was. It was rocking and rolling last night. They had it going on. Uh, Big crowd down there. Had a little sister down there working last night, and I got me some more of that blackened catfish. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. They got some grilled vegetables that they serve it. I don't know if they serve them at lunch or not, but at night for supper, them grilled vegetables is about as good as you ever want to eat. I had me some of them blackened catfish and a salad and them grilled vegetables, and it was fit to eat. And I looked around the table, and it just all the different things I saw on our table. I saw a hamburger steak. I saw a hamburger. Last week, I saw somebody get a club sandwich. That I mean, if they was hungry when they got through eating that, I don't know about it. They put the whole club in that sandwich, and you never know who you might see. I saw a very extinguished gentleman down there last night. The Right Reverend William Smith was down there last night. He was eating some a hamburger steak and but that them home cut fries. I call them the Floyd B. Lloyd fries. They was trimmed out and ready to go last night. I saw 2 or 3 orders of wings and rings come by. Man, they just make you want to eat them just smelling them when they come by. Listen, if you want some good cooking, if you want just flat good cooking and you want it hot, when they bring it to you, it's hot. You don't get it off in their buffet. They cook it and bring it to you, and it's hot when it gets there. They got the best salad bar anywhere around here. Good service, good price, good people, friendly people. They appreciate your business. They open Monday through Friday for lunch, and then they open Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night for supper. And if you leave out there hungry, it's your fault. TK's Bar and Grill, just north of town, there on Cuthbert Street, right there where Cuthbert Street and Highway 45 comes together. You look to your left where you see them come together, and you'll see it right over. Go in there and tell them the Dirt Road Sports sent you, and they will fix you up.
Yes, sir. TK's Bar and Grill. Look, oh man, look who's joining us. The round table out at Bill Hornsby.
Oh, they
Oh,
you talking about them chicken wings and all that kind of stuff. It reminded me y'all talking about you talking about the chickens a while ago. All you about your biddies and all that, the thing that Marvin sold you. Marvin selling the man chicken that won't even lay no eggs, much less
Yeah.
hatch out the biddies. Uh, it brought me a story to mind. It was several months ago. I was down in Bangladesh down there at the Dairy Queen. I love to go to Dairy Queen, man. They got all them. They got a good hamburger down there. You know, you get your hamburger at dinner time and all that. You know, and in the morning, folks get coffee and potato tots and all that kind of stuff. I was in there the other morning, and I was standing in line there waiting on me. Can't remember what I was gonna get, but a cup of coffee and potato tots or whatever. Anyway, there was an old gentleman in there, had it like a khaki shirt and khaki pants on. Then there was a very attractive younger woman in there. She was dressed to the nines and had her hair was all coiffed and everything, and she had that necklace on, you know, and had that perfume on just right. It wasn't oppressive or offensive. It was subtle, if you will. And he ordered a banana split. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. And the woman, she's in the next line right there, right next to him. And she ordered a banana split. Both of them ordered a banana split at 10 o'clock in the morning. Old man and this young, attractive woman. And I said, nah, they got to be a story here. So I'm always attentive to. I'm always aware of my surroundings, if you will. And I'm sitting over here, and I sit down pretty close to the woman sitting on. You know how you sit at the table. You got one table. You know, one's group over here, and another booths in your face. And they were facing each other, eating that banana split. And that woman looked over at that older man, and she said, "You know," says, "it's interesting." Said that both of us got a banana split this morning at 10 o'clock. She said, "That's more than a coincidence." Well, he said, "I'm celebrating." And she said, "Well, what a coincidence. I'm celebrating too." You know, you some old down split, you know. And she said, "Especially if you don't mind," said, "I'd like to ask you," said, "what's the occasion of your celebration?" He said, "Well, I tell you, young lady," says, "I got these chickens out there." And he said, "I've been trying to raise me some biddies." And he said, "They lay eggs, and I'd wait." Like we were talking about 21 days and all that. And no biddies would hatch out. No biddies would hatch out. Said, I didn't know what the trouble was. So finally got it figured out. She said, you know what a coincidence. She said, I've been trying to have a baby for several years now. And this morning I went to the doctor. Sure enough, diagnosed me, said, ma'am, you're pregnant. Said, you're pregnant. It looks like everything's just right. And they eat them some more banana split. And she said, sir, said, if you don't mind me asking, you said, what caused your chickens to start having babies? He said, well, he said, my rooster wasn't fertilizing the eggs, so I got a new rooster. She said, she said, what a coincidence. Oh, I hope y'all got that. I mean, it's up to you, how you figure it out. But anyway, if you're wrong, you're pretty.
You understand it. Hey, Ricky Bracewell said tomorrow night, Ziggy B's Low Country Boy.
Yeah, there it is, right
There
there.
it is. There's the number
Oh,
right there. Low Country Boy tomorrow night at Ziggy B's in Colquitt, Georgia. Call her. Go ahead and get your order in.
That's a picture of it.
I see it right there, baby. Call her tomorrow and go ahead and get your order in because she'll sell out. I promise you. I promise you.
That crew down there at the round table in Iron City. Now, y'all need to be paying attention. Somebody need to write this number down and call it. Get your order in because
Yeah.
I know y'all gonna want some. So y'all go ahead and give her a call. You ain't got to worry about food for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So y'all go ahead and do that.
Hey, Charlie, tell them.
Sawigga Meats at two locations to serve you over on 27 between Blakely and Colquitt and in Headland, Alabama on US 431. We're talking about great cuts of steak, great ground beef, great pork products, locally produced meats, folks. You'll find it at Sawigga Meats. If you like a ribeye, filet mignon, T-bone steak, porterhouse, whatever you want to call it. And ever so often, they have those tomahawk steaks at Sawigga. Call them, look them up on Facebook, get the number for the location you want to go to. Tell them what you want. They'll have it ready when you get there, or you can get there and watch them cut it just the way you want it. Other great products you'll find at Sawigga Meats will be all the great rubs and sauces for your barbecue grill. Anything you need for that grill experience on the weekend, you'll find every product you need at Sawigga Meat. Now, good thing to think about would be a gift certificate because, as Marvin mentioned a little bit earlier in the show, we're here in the last quarter of the ball game, so to speak. Christmas is coming up. A lot of folks going to be giving different gifts. What better gift to give than a gift certificate for great meats or great products that you'll find only at Sawigga Meat. At the Headland location, cheeses and other great dairy products from Working Cows Dairy. Plus, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, some great pork, whether it be their link sausage, patty sausage, smoked pork chops. Give them a try. If you haven't yet, what you waiting on? Sawigga Meat, Headland, Alabama on 431, and of course on 27 between Blakely and Colquitt. Look them up on Facebook.
Hey guys, what about I'm gonna just throw it out there and let's discuss it for a moment. The government shutdown. What's y'all's opinions, thoughts, revelations, reflections, and opines?
How many times have we gone through this? How many times have we gone through the shutdown? I remember back when Obama was president. Oh, it was a big going to have a big major shutdown. Of course, every time they have a shutdown, it's always the Republicans' fault. Democrats ain't never got nothing to do with it. He already had his signs made up. Obama did, because the minute the government shut down, he put signs up all over Washington D.C. and all over the United States of America. If it was a national park, anything, already had the signs made. He already knew they were going to shut it down to make a show. It's always about a show with them. And had the signs already made. This park is closed due to government shutdown, thanks to the Republicans or some propaganda like that. So that's the same thing. There's no way that you can negotiate and deal with unreasonable people. There's no way, and you can't argue with them because facts do not matter. It does not enter into the equation when you try to argue facts with one of them. And it's the same thing with this. The government is not going to shut down. Let me tell you what will going to happen. Let me tell you what the worst thing in the world that could happen if the government shut down, and they gonna avoid this at all costs. Social Security checks don't go out. All these old folks on these walking sticks and walkers and oxygen tanks and everything, they know they'll be coming after them. And all these folks with these food stamp cards, they run that food stamp card through that machine, and it says denied. Now you fix to see a war on your hand. Maxine talking about a war. You fit to see a war. So they ain't gonna allow that. They're not gonna allow
Well,
that.
I'm like you, Florida. I ain't seen their thing shut down. Nothing.
Ain't nothing shut down. So
No,
far in my business, nothing is shut down.
Army Aviation Museum at Fort Rucker has shut down,
Okay. Yeah.
and a few things like that. But and that's my concern with it is the inconvenience for the folks that protect this nation, folks in the military.
Mhm.
Uh, and there you go. The Democrats don't give a rat's rear end about our military. They have proven that time and time again.
They
And
despise the military. They despise the
exactly,
military that Donald Trump has created. They love the one that Joe Biden had, where you could pay to get get your gender changed, if you will. You could join the army and get a gender reassignment
there you
certificate,
go. There you
and
go.
and you could be a transvestite wearing a dress and still be you be a man wearing a dress and still be an admiral in Joe
Hmm.
Biden and Barack Hussein Obama's army. But they despise the military that Donald Trump is creating.
Boy, they are hot with Pete Hegseth over that meeting that he had on Monday
Yeah.
with all his generals.
Uh-huh.
Son, he told them in no uncertain terms there wasn't going to be no admirals in or men admirals in dresses
Uh-huh.
anymore.
Yeah.
And man, I think they spontaneously combusted.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. They just created the Democrats have created this mess. They've created this monster. They've created a monster that's going to destroy them. They've created people like AOC and Ilhan Omar. They have created those people. Somebody asked me other day, said, how in the world did Ilhan Omar, did she that Muslim woman that wears a rag on her head all the time, how did she get to be elected congressman? Barack Hussein Obama. He brought millions of them from Somalia into Minnesota. He created his own congressional district of nothing but radical Muslims. And they elected her to be a United States congresswoman. And she got here by marrying her own brother, which they don't pay any attention to that. That don't mean nothing. I'm being insensitive
That's
when I expose that.
hey, for the folks that they support, that's kind of a normal lifestyle.
Well,
Marry
yeah,
your brother,
first
marry your
cousins.
sister,
It's all first
Yeah,
cousins. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Did you see? I don't know if y'all saw this, but she was just elected to the Georgia House about 2 years ago. She put her name in the hat. She was the first Muslim elected to the Georgia House of Representatives. She put her name in the hat to run for governor,
running for governor
this week.
That's it. And you got crazy folks that vote for them. But the Democrats create this. They create chaos. They live in chaos, and they create chaos so they can live in it. It's like old Rahm Emanuel said, never let a crisis go to waste.
Yeah.
They create crises. Is what they do. That's what they do. And that's the same way with this government shutdown. They all in on it. They big time. But none of them's going to lose a paycheck. See, none of them's going to lose a paycheck. None of them it's not going to affect their life one iota. I know, like the Marine Corps Logistics Base in Albany, it's closed down. That's a pretty important base up there. It supplies material and weapons and all to our fighting forces overseas, and it's shut down. It's closed down. And it's a 100% result of the Democrats not willing to budge 1 inch. They want all this free giveaway stuff in the bill that Donald Trump is trying his best to trim out. But they never saw a government giveaway program, waste, fraud, and abuse program that they didn't love, because they
That's
give it
it.
to all these corrupt groups, all these fringe groups out there. They give them money, and guess what happens to the money? They turn around and fringe groups give them money back to their re-election campaign.
But
Bam, bam, bam. That's how that works. Right
did you
there.
see what our attorney said? He said they need to do some more doging with this cut down, and I think that may be what winds up happening. There may be some that get a permanent vacation.
Yeah, I think this is going to open some doors. But you know, if they was just helping Americans, that'd be one thing. But they want to give all the free health care to the illegal aliens.
Illegal aliens. Yeah.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why would we do that? I
It's a
that
whole
don't
new
make good
voting
sense.
block for them. Whole new voting block. If
Well, they
can
ain't
get
gonna
them-
stop till
if
they get them
can
where
get
they
them
can.
legal, they
Yeah.
got it made, buddy.
That's exactly right. You
Got
right.
it
That's the whole game.
Till eternity comes.
That's the
Yes.
Lyndon B. Johnson School.
Lyndon B. Johnson School of
Voting.
Diversity.
That's it.
Of,
Yeah,
We-
it's-
In the meantime, on Martha's Vineyard, ladies and gentlemen, they're having a big conclave with Reverend T.D. Jacobs, T.D. and his good friend Reverend Al Sharpton. I
That's
bet
what
Jesus
I heard.
ain't been.
Yep. You told me
I
that
bet you Jesus ain't been brought up one time in that whole meeting.
from Reverend Jakes or from Reverend Sharpton. They have to, hey, look at let them fleece them. Let them get all the money they want to get out of them stupid white liberals up there. Fleece them. Y'all get all you want, Al, Jakes, brother Reverend Jakes, and brother Reverend Sharpton. Y'all fleece them because they got plenty of money and they have
Yeah.
no.
Can you imagine going to a revival meeting on Martha's Vineyard?
There's no such thing. It's like a transsexual. There's no such thing. As
We
a
need-
revival on Martha's
We
Vineyard.
need to send Pencil up there.
Pencil them in.
That's exactly what we need to do.
I
Can they
get
get
it
that
done.
72 Coupe de Ville crossed over there to where Martha's Vineyard is? Can it get over there?
Yeah, they can ride a what do you call it? A
Ferry.
yeah.
It had to be a
ferry.
big ferry.
You got a ferry over there. Yeah, they
Yeah,
give them a
take
boat over
take
there.
a
It
ferry.
had to be a big ferry to get that Coupe de Ville on there.
We done got look here, look. They got something.
What was it? Somebody sent something in.
Oh, look at him. Oh, this is on Don Lane. Do you know him?
Yeah, I know it well.
Don said right here. This is showing the U.S. Department of Agriculture website. Says due to the radical left Democrat shutdown, this government website will not be updated during the funding lapse. President Trump has made it clear he wants to keep the government open and support those who feed, fuel, and clothe the American people.
That don't mean
Yep.
nothing to Democrats.
They
That
don't-
means zero.
No.
Yeah.
They get their food from the grocery store. They don't give a rat's rear end about a farmer. I mean, no.
Well, Brother Schumer, he's so scared that AOC gonna run against him.
There you go.
That's
there
the
you
whole
go.
thing right there.
He's as scared of her as a rattlesnake.
You better believe it. You
Yeah.
better believe it.
What a buffoon. It's a sad day in America when the leader of the Democratic Party is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. But you mark my word, she is the unofficial leader.
Oh,
right?
that ain't
Oh,
what
yeah.
Nancy said.
Oh,
Oh, no.
no, Nancy.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
They done rubbed Nancy the wrong way on that.
Oh.
Nancy's days is numbered too.
She
Hey, Nancy's on oxygen and AOC's about to
You
step
stand-
on the
Step on the line.
hose.
She gonna step on the oxygen hose.
Hey, but for all of you that might need a lawyer coming up, maybe it's a political or something of that nature, he's on our side. He thinks like we do. And here he is, our friend, our lawyer, Billy Shingler.
Sometimes you need a lawyer in your corner who ain't scared to fight. He'll defend you, don't matter if you are wrong or right. He's a South Georgia redneck with a ponytail and a law degree. With Billy Shingler as your lawyer, you will always be found not guilty. Just looking at Billy Shingler makes that DA weak. He'll mumble and fumble and be scared to speak. He'll shout, "Your Honor, I surrender, cause I know when I'm beat." Call Billy Shingler when the man has got them cuffs on tight. He'll fuss and cuss and slash and burn, shake his fist and holler, "I'm in your corner, let's fight, fight, fight."
Shingler Law, Donaldsonville, Georgia. 229 524 1225.
We're glad that he's on our side, too.
I'm
We are
telling you.
glad
Yes, sir.
Shingler is on our side. He tunes us in every Thursday night. He's one of our good sponsors. And if you in a tight spot, and you're going to get in a tight spot one of these days in your life, call Billy Shingler.
He'll get you out.
Exactly.
Hey guys, it's trivia time here on Southern History Trivia Time. That is Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Hey guys, hang out. Those of you, I know we got a few that we owe gifts to. They're coming. We're gonna have something special coming for you. They've been working on something new, and we're gonna have something special for you. Compliments of Southern History Fits on the square in Colquitt, Georgia, 109 West College Street to be exact. 229-308-3360 or 726-4825. Give them a call. All your embroidery, t-shirts, tumblers, and more. Right there, Southern History Fits on the square, sponsor of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show Trivia Time. Here's our question: year, make, and model. Year, make, and model of this automobile.
Well, that's a pretty red car right there.
Year, make, and model. Queasel, you are an aficionado of sports cars. You know what it is?
It ain't no sports car, Marvin, but it's
Yeah, that's what I was fitting to say.
it ain't no muscle car or sports car, but it's sporty looking.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
Now, I drive one of them.
Yeah, you drive one.
Yeah.
I know what I think it is, but I ain't sure. But I know I have worked on one of them. I just can't remember the name of it, but I think I know what it might be.
Year, make, and model is what we're looking for on this automobile right here. It's trivia time. Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show.
I don't know the model. I'll have to be honest about that.
Year, make, and model is
Who
what
got
I'm
a
looking
car
for.
like that in Colquitt? Will anybody have a car like that? I know I ain't never seen. I don't remember no red one.
They ain't had no red one, but yeah, they was.
I think Monkey
I'm
Van
right,
had
Troy.
one. I think Monkey Van had one.
That's what I'm thinking.
Ain't that? Don't you think Monkey had one?
I believe so. I know where the gas cap is on it.
Uh-huh. Can't remember what color.
Yep,
Monkey
your cousin knows what it is because that's what I said it was. Your cousin, but he don't want nobody to know because he don't want so much stuff. He had to build a whole other room up there to put his dirt road sports
Let's
stuff.
see. All right. A Lark. No, it ain't a Lark. It ain't a 57 Lark. Levon's got the model. Levon has the model. I need the year and make.
Skip ought to know that.
Yeah. All right. Tomorrow's Skip's birthday, too.
Uh-huh. Well, we
Troy,
should
the one that was in town was if I remember right, it was a two-tone like a brown and tan one. Is that the one you thinking about?
No, I think Monkey had a red one.
Red?
I think it was a red van. I don't know what year model it was, but he had one.
Yeah, there's a.
Ours already nailed it.
Yeah, but JW said it. JW's a little early there. Said it was an 1860 Valiant. I believe he's about 100 years off there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do a correction on that.
And Chrysler, did they make it?
It was Chrysler product.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chrysler didn't make it.
And what it make was the Valiant. Lavon's
Oh, Plymouth Valiant. There it is.
Yeah.
No, it's not a 96, though.
Good Lord have mercy,
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Who said 96?
Terry Woodham said a 96 Plymouth Valiant.
No.
It is a 1960 Plymouth Valiant.
Valiant.
1960 Plymouth
Yeah,
Valiant.
well, let's if we got a little time to spare him, then we got all the time we want. Cars used to have names that had some significance to it. You know, Ford Galaxy, Plymouth Valiant, Plymouth Fury, Chevrolet Bel Air Super Sport. What they got now? What kind of names they got now? We got a little car, man. They didn't got a little car. It's a Kia, and it's a Sorrento. Now, what kind of car? What kind of Sorrento? What kind of car you drive there, Florida? Oh man, I got a Sorrento. Yeah, that thing, it'll fly. Yeah, a Thunderbird. Y'all remember Ford
Oh yeah.
Thunderbird? Lincoln
Falcon.
Continental.
always like the Mercury Cougars.
Mercury Cougar. Well, we talk. Yeah, a Falcon. They used to
Yeah.
have their Ford Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Sorrento. What's some more names? Some of these little old cars that they make. Some of them ain't even got no name. You know.
Yeah.
Omaha.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like a 250 or 300 or something. Don't make no sense. All the cars that lost all the personality. See the little Plymouth Valiant. It had personality, man. It had some character.
Yeah.
Somebody pull up in that car, you knew who they were.
Mhm. Eric Christmas said that a Sorrento's a sissy sport.
That's exactly what it is.
All
Peggy
right.
said she asked if Mr. Count Sheffield have a.
Did Count Sheffield have a Valiant? She said.
I don't think Counts had a bag. No, old man Count had a big old Chrysler New Yorker. What he had, that was
Yeah,
Count
yeah.
dead. Old man Count had a
Somebody,
big old Chrysler New Yorker. That thing had
somebody
a
in
big
town
old
had a.
Hemi motor in it, 2-door white with a green top.
How much gas did it get?
Oh,
per
it don't
gallon?
matter about no gas, boy. I ain't sure about no gas. My boy Roscoe got a service station up. I get all the gas I want. Hey, look
He
here.
didn't.
Fill it up.
We got a special spit cook right in here.
Yeah.
Spit back.
I guarantee you it didn't hold $10 worth.
Oh, that's pretty good right there. All right, Floyd, I want you to tell them about our new sponsor last week we picked up right here.
Well, that's some of those livestock auctions, man. One of the best livestock auction barns in that area is in the southeastern United States that I've been in. Been in a bunch of auction barns. Man, I'm telling you what, he has upgraded that place and made it look like it looks like it's open for business, and he is open for business, doing business. He's got some good wire fencing all around there. Hold your cattle in if you want to bring them in and let them stay there for 2 or 3 days before the sale started. They ain't gonna be getting out running up and down the highway. He's got good fencing, got good fence. Everything's safe. He runs a good, clean auction right there. He's gonna get you all the money in the world that cow's worth because you're gonna run him through that ring, and you're gonna have him buyers sitting all the way around that ring there that know what them cows is worth, and they got orders in their hand that they need a trailer load of these cows, and they're gonna buy them. They're gonna bid on them. And when the sale is over with, you're gonna get all the money in the world that you're gonna ever get out of that cow, and he's gonna write you a good check, and you're gonna go home with it, and you gonna be happy if you got any sense at all, because he's gonna run a good, clean operation. He's gonna treat you right. He's gonna appreciate your business. He's gonna know who you are. He's gonna call you by your name when he sees you, and he knows what kind of cows you're raising. He's the man that knows the cows, and he knows the buyers. He's got them there. And y'all do business with him, old Gerald Mock right there, selling those livestock auction sale every Wednesday at 1:30. If you ain't got nothing else to do, just drop by there and watch it, entertain yourself. Listen to that auctioneer. Got one of the best auctioneers in the business selling them cows for him in there. You go in there, go into the sale, and you'll have a good time. If you don't spend a dime of money, you'll see some of your friends in there, and you'll have a good time. And if you got cows to sell, you take them. Gerald Mock, give him a call. 229-524-2305. They'll come pick your cows up. They'll help you pin them, and they'll do you right. They'll treat you right, and you'll be happy when you leave there with that big check in your pocket.
You got one there. Yeah. She said somebody been trying to call you. I think said answer your phone.
Who is that?
Stephanie Mock.
I can't talk on the phone, Stephen. We in the studio now. Can't be taking phone calls all everywhere and all. They paying us big money to do this. Come on. Hey, I got my phone on. You ain't calling me. You ain't calling me on my. Yeah, Gerald. Yeah. They been trying. Anyway. We'll talk after the show. How about that? Let's move on, Martin. We need to get on now. We need to talk to our man, our KWG.
Let me. KWG Plumbing LLC, right here in Colquitt, Georgia. Alabama licensed, Georgia licensed. 229-220-6694 is his number. And I promise you, whatever kind of plumbing you need, whatever you need done, you call it. 229-220-6694. Got him on the phone right here. Mr. Wayne Garney. How are you, brother?
Yes, sir. I'm doing good. Loud and clear. Glad to be on the show tonight. Thank
Good deal, man. What about we didn't have any pictures this week? Did y'all go fishing last week?
We've been trying to pay the bills, man. So it just one of them times where we couldn't put no fish up this week. We had to make sure we had the bills paid on the first of the month. So
Man, we understand. First comes around every month now. Every month.
And it comes so fast.
Yep.
So
Well, what about? I know you ain't gonna go 2 weeks. So what's your plans for this week?
yes, sir. Well, this week we footballing it. We got a out of town.
Oh,
We got an out of town Friday night lights game with my son. He's starting nose guard, 6'5", 320 pounds. So we follow him around.
whoa! Hit the rewind button.
Yeah. Oh,
My son, he's starting nose guard for school up in Damascus. He's 6'5", 320 pounds.
How old is he?
16.
ooh.
Son,
A size 15 too. And the other day I hurt my knee outside and he turned me in the house like I was a bag of tape.
15. Shoot, man, they boat paddle smaller than that.
Yeah, we have to take special order of shoes every year. You can't just go to the store and buy him some shoes for school. You got to think ahead
Well,
on that.
let me ask you this. Let's jump to something personal. What's your grocery bill look like?
Man, that's one of the reasons I've been working all the time. I ain't been able to fish because of the dang grocery bills.
Man, good night of living. Son, that's
and my daughter ain't far behind him. She I have to look up to her now at 13 years old.
man alive. Wow. Well, maybe after ball season and you finish paying the grocery bill, you go fishing in the next couple of weeks or so.
Yes, sir. We got a offshore trip planned for October the 18th. I'll be going offshore from St. George Island.
I got
We go anywhere from 30 to 50 miles offshore. And
good
the
deal.
snapper and whatever's biting out.
What about a word of wisdom for us?
Yes, sir. Be thankful. This is the day the Lord has made. Just rejoice and be glad in it. If the bills is paid, the bills ain't paid, we still gotta rejoice and be glad because we got a heartbeat and we gotta breathe and we got our eyesight. Be thankful and keep a smile on your face. Encourage each other. The Bible wants us to build each other up, not tear each other down. So let's just follow those 10 commandments, man. We appreciate y'all. And listen, when I give these words of wisdom, I try my best to live by them too. I'm just not preaching to the choir. I try my best, and I'm not perfect, but I love the Lord, and I appreciate y'all having me on the show and advertising for me.
Yes, sir. Well, God bless you. Have a good week. We'll see you next week, my brother. KWG Plumbing LLC, Kenneth Wayne Garney, 229-220-6694. That is the number right there. What do we got? I had a brother-in-law from Colquitt that was a mock, might be kin to her.
Stand by. Hold on. We're going to put you on. Hold on.
Yeah, well, we got another one coming on.
Yeah, we got one coming on.
Yeah,
This is stockyard guy. We'll talk to us. Put him on.
He's
Go
on.
ahead.
Go ahead there, Mark.
I'm trying to communicate. I'm still in a tractor. We just got been plowing up peanuts. My lovely wife bought me some supper. We just now.
Well, tell us what the market did this week.
We had a really good sale yesterday. We got 430, 50, something like that. A good many more than we expected. Right in the middle of we had a really great load sale yesterday. We sold 2 loads of 750 pounds of deer for a market record for our part of the country, I guess, for $3.82 a pound. 750 pounds of deer.
You heard that, Charlie?
Yep.
Load.
Mercy.
730 pounds, 2 semi-loads of them at $342.50.
Son. So apparently, Gerald, the market is not. It's not backing off any.
No, this cow market deal's for real.
Shut down. That affected it.
The shutdown has not affected the market. Hey, the shutdown has not affected the market, right?
No, it's not at all. And I don't think anything's going to affect this market drastically anytime soon. It's just such a short number of cattle all across the whole country. But the cattle, everywhere in the country is setting new highs every week. Nothing seems to be affected.
Hey, brother, we appreciate y'all. Appreciate you being a new sponsor with us, and we'll talk to you next week. Have a blessed one.
We appreciate y'all. Thank you here.
Yes,
We'll see
sir.
you guys later.
How about
That's Charlie. That's truck load. 750 average weight, and they 382,
353?
353 a pound on a 750 weight on semi loads. That is unreal, right there.
That's
Yeah, that is
if you
unreal.
got a bunch of cows, I suggest you have some game cameras around the gates of those pastures and places you're keeping them, because numbers like that, somebody's going to try to take some of them somewhere down the line. So
Yeah,
make
that's
sure
what about that? Years ago they was stealing copper off of irrigations. Now they just be stealing cows.
there you go.
$26 a head on them cows. 750
$2,600 a head on a 750-pound calf.
I saw where some bred heifers brought $4,600 a head locally.
Hmm.
Say that again. How much?
$4,600 a head
A head.
Wow.
bred heifers.
I've
Come on.
I've seen I've seen and heard stories of some old bulls that sold at some of these sales that they almost had to have crutches for the bull to run it through the ring, and old bull after 10, 15 years of use bring $5,000 almost.
On the hoof, yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah,
That's
Unreal.
good.
Yeah.
That's the only bright spot in agriculture is
that's the
cattle.
only bright
Only bright
spot.
spot. Nothing else on there.
Queasel, tell them about our friends.
Man, this is the place to be. I talked to a fella today, dove hunting, man, dove hunting season. He getting ready to go. I reminded him. I said, now you need to go where you need to go get your hunting supplies and your shells and all that kind of stuff. He said, I know exactly what you're fitting to say. You ain't got to tell me. He said, I'm headed to the Holster 9 before I go home this evening. I'm gonna go by there and get me the stuff I need. These folks is building a business that is second to none. They got the largest selections of guns I think you're gonna find anywhere in this area. They got any kind of long gun you want, any kind of shotgun, any kind of rifle. Deer season, I mean, it's coming fast. They got all the deer rifles, the scopes, ammunition, whatever you need. If personal defense is the thing, they got it from them shotguns to any kind of uh, long rifle you need for your personal protection. They got pistols, big pistols, little pistols, pistols you can conceal, pistols is too big that you can't conceal. Any kind you want, they got it. They got the ammunition for it. And here's the thing that a lot of places anywhere can sell a gun, but there's people down there that can tell you what kind of gun you need. You tell them what your needs are, what you're looking for, and they can help you figure out exactly what you need. Nicest bunch of people you ever want to deal with. You can't find a larger selection of firearms anywhere around here. You can step right next door. You get all your automotive and truck needs, your farming, all the lubricants, and peanut pickers, man. They running, they turning them over, and they got them pickers running. So you got to have hydraulic fluid. You got to have all that oil. You got to keep them tractors serviced up, keep them trucks serviced up. They got it all. Anything you need, you got to clean them up. Hey, you get out of the field, man. You work all week. You got to get your truck cleaned by Saturday. You got to go up there and get all that stuff to clean them up. I remember when I used to be in the car washing business during peanut season. Man, they didn't trucks be so nasty, but that's what you got to do. You got to get your truck dirty to get out there and make a living. So you get your stuff to clean it up with right there. They got all the washes and the waxes. Got a nice gift selection for the ladies up there. And then they the place if you want one of them world famous Floyd B. Lloyd rabbit pellet grills. They the place to get them. Big selection, any kind of the flavored rabbit pellets you want. They got all the different kinds. They've got some that's got mixed brands in there where you can get a little bit of all of it. The Holster 9 and Phillips Auto Parts, one stop shop for all your hunting, all your automotive and trucking needs. 27 South, about a 3/4 of a mile off the square. 27 South on the right, headed out of Colquitt, right under them two big, beautiful American flags.
Uh, Speaking of that, Goocher just hit my page with they're already stealing them, referring to the cattle being stolen. Goocher says, get yourself a cattle guard firearm. I didn't know there's been instances, I guess, of already. I just, the reason I said that, when you get small calves, 750 is not small, but I've seen some prices of some 150-pound calves bringing $1,200 at a sale. And that's easy for somebody to run out the edge of a pasture and take the calf off the mama. I mean, evidently it's already going on. Gucci said they're already stealing.
Well, but we, Charlie, right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, we got the solution for them. You
Yes,
don't
sir.
need that. We got the solution right here. Our man, Carl Cressman. If you catch somebody stealing your cows, he will make them from a rooster into a hen before you turn around.
Amen.
If you're all mixed up about the body that you're in, there's a man down south that'll change you from a rooster to a hen. They call him Castrating Carl because that's his trade. It won't take him long when he opens up his blade. He'll slice and dice, and in a minute he'll be done. You'll be a tranny, but you'll never be a granny. And your daddy will never have to call you son. Castrating Carl, the man with the plan. He's from Bascom, where you don't have to ask him, are you a woman or a man? He'll slice and dice, and in a minute he'll be done. You'll be a tranny, but you'll never be a granny. And your daddy will never have to call you son.
Hey, Castrating Carl Cressman Custom Cattle Services now in helping you protect your herd. All you got to do is catch the culprit, bring them to Bascom, or either for an extra fee, he'll come do it right there on your farm. Hey, it won't take but one, and that'll be the end of your cattle thieving people around you.
That's exactly right. So you got to get a head catch.
Wait,
If you got to
whoa.
get a head catch, you ain't got to take it. Just put him in the head catch and call Carl, and he'll come on and help you out with it. But he will also castrate your calves too, and bring them, and they'll make he'll make them bring you more money
right.
that way. So,
As much as Carl, as much as Carl
Bascom.
loves the cattle business and the cattle farmer, I think if you caught that person, he wouldn't charge to take care of them. You know,
No,
That'd be a pro bono right there.
yeah, it'd be a promotion thing. Yes.
that would be pro
And
bono.
and I think Marvin's right. I don't think you got to do but one. I think that word would travel fast in that circle. I don't think he'd have to do but one.
Yeah, them truck drivers hauling them cows and get on that on that CB, and it'd be the word would travel. Do not steal cows from X farm. Hey, Berry Hill Auctioneer, TC Berry Hill, our good friend, our confidant since day one, will be with us for until eternity, or when Jesus comes, or we quit doing the show, or the Democrats pull us off the air, or something. BerryHillAuctioneers.com. Go see them. TC Berry Hill, we appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for being a faithful sponsor of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, and of whatever Floyd is going to do next.
Floyd has got this on his mind. You know, I have these. I have these epiphanies, if you will. I was in there watching my TV this afternoon, cooling off a little bit in there in the house. I like old Andy Griffith, man. Everybody, I love Andy. There's always a message in the Andy Griffith show, and there's always a message in a Matt Dillon show. There's always a message in. There's a really kind of a social justice method in both of those shows. In fact, that's the only two shows that they ought to show in prison is Andy Griffith show and Matt Dillon, and that's the only two they ought to show. None of that other, and they ought to be the other one is when these cats is walking down the street with their cell phone in their hand and they punching it in. They don't even know where they are. They just walking and they looking on the cell phone there. The only thing it ought to be able to come up on there would be the Andy Griffith Show and Gunsmoke. That ought to be the only two shows that come up on there. Anything else, they put their cell phones down. I promise you. They would throw them in the woods. They would be walking out in front of you in the street with the cell phone. And anytime y'all see a cat or a chick walking the street with a cell phone in their hand, looking at it like that right there, you can bet one thing: they are not checking their stock portfolio, and they are not upgrading and updating their resume. So you can bet that one thing. But I was noticing Andy Griffith this afternoon, and they'll have an Andy Griffith, Andy Griffith show, and they'll have a little description of what the show is about, rolled on the side over there. So anyway, I'm looking at it this afternoon, and we are so, man, this country is. It's like I was talking the other day about people are so easily offended. Some people are so afraid they're going to offend somebody by actually describing what they are, that they tiptoe all around it, and they say everything but exactly what that person is. So y'all remember, y'all have what seen Andy Griffith? You've seen this show. You've seen this one this at least 100 times. The show where old Jed Clampett, Buddy Ebsen is in there, and what is he? What is he? What was he? He was a
Hobo.
Thief.
hobo.
Hobo thief.
He was a tramp, and Opie became enamored with him because he could pound on the side of the bubble gum machine and get free bubble gum, and that's what folks want now. They want everything free. We want free, man. You got some free food, yeah. Where you go? Where you line up for the free food, man? Where you line up for free this, free that? Where you line up for the free health care, man? Where I get my card at? But anyway, Oprah was enamored with him, and I'm looking at the description. Here's what the description basically said: that Opie encounters an unhoused person. I'm already looking at the show. It's already on, and I'm looking over here. An unhoused person. He ain't a tramp. He ain't a hobo no more. He's an unhoused person, and it complicates things for Andy with some of the with some of the things that the unhoused person was doing and showing Opie. So he's not a hobo. He ain't a tramp. That's what we used to call him. That's what they were. They're tramp hobos. That's what they call themselves. But he's unhoused, or these it's just on and on and on. I got to thinking about, and I got to thinking. I said, now what? And I had to look some of this stuff up because I don't hear these words all the time. What do you call it? What's another word now? What's a politically correct word now for a stupid person? He's a dunce, man. You talk about a straight idiot. That is one forevermore fool. Can't say that no more. Can't say that no more. You be insensitive. Might hurt somebody's feelings. Call some stupid person stupid. Now, stupid person now is an unwise person. Unwise person. And another one is I looked it up is a thief or a crook or a con man. Can't call them that no more. You can't call them a crook or a thief, anything like that. Can't call them that about hurting feelings. Now they're known as an unscrupulous person. Not a con man. No, you see, you be gendering him or him or whatever it is. You can't do that. So you done anted up twice against him already. And here's one. Y'all ever been around somebody that they stunk like a dead mullet, man? They stunk like wet squirrels. Man, man, you stink. Get away from me. Go on. They smell like you rotten. When the last time you took a bath? No, can't do that. Oh, you can't do that. You know what you call? Do you know what is the politically correct word now for somebody that stinks? Listen to this. I've never heard this word before. This is a brand new word that's created. A begrimed person, a begrimed person, not a nasty, stinking. Can't say that. A begrimed person. Yeah, he grimed, all right. He grimed up, all right. And another, here's one right now. We all know this right here. Now, a transvestite, a man transvestite. You can't call him a transvestite no more. Now you know what you got to call him? A woman.
Mm-hmm.
Got to call him a woman. So, anyway, I want them old words back. The old words, they like the cars that had the names on the car. It had meaning. It meant something. You get a Ford Thunderbolt, Ford Galaxy 500. Man, you knew that thing had outrun a telephone call. But now, I want them old words back. I want to go back. I want to dial it back, if you will, with some of this
Can I
stuff.
ask Floyd a question?
Go ahead.
Bad Bunny, what does that bring to mind?
Yeah, but I never heard of Bad Bunny until they talk about he gonna sing at the Super Bowl. So I
Okay.
don't know about Bad Bunny. I don't know.
Who?
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
That's
I
his
ain't
name.
never
Never
heard of
heard of him.
I've
Never
heard
heard
of
of
Little
him.
Ray Milton, but I ain't never heard of Bad Bunny.
He he
I got he'd rather hear Little Ray Milton than him dead
Yeah.
than Bad Bunny.
Bad,
But
the picture
hey,
I saw of Bad Bunny, he's wearing a white dress.
he wear a dress.
I ain't going to see
He a
Bad
cross dresser. I don't know what do you call a cross dresser now. I don't know what.
RuPaul.
Yeah, RuPaul. Yeah, the RuPaul. That's it.
Okay.
It done got away from me. That's it for me.
Mercy. Kelly Crop Insurance, Colquitt, Georgia. Thank you, folks. And thank you for what you do to our farming community here in the Wiregrass area. And I just got to say that the weather forecast I have and the one that Marvin's got up there is so far apart, I don't know what to say. Uh, we got according to the National Weather Service, most folks keeping records, we got about a 50% chance of rain on Sunday, 40% on Monday, and then 20% chances for the rest of next week. But mainly, mostly sunny Tuesday through Thursday with 20% chances of rain. The temperature's not that bad. The 87 going to be a high on Wednesday. And I want to remind you that you don't want to. I'll do Queasel's job here. I would not suggest you starting a trash fire tomorrow or Saturday because winds are going to be out of the northwest and some of them gusting as high as 25 miles an hour. I don't care if you think you got control of a fire. At 25 miles an hour, you ain't got no control of a fire. A fire can do a whole lot of things. Am I right on that, Queasel?
At 25 miles an hour, we ain't got control in there neither. Not at that,
Okay.
not wind blowing like that. Uh-uh.
That's what I'm saying. So don't be trying to burn nothing off tomorrow. But we appreciate you folks tuning in with us on Thursday nights. We've had a good time tonight. Uh, I'm just amazed that Marvin's not at the conclave up on Martha's Vineyard. I felt for sure they'd call him and make him a part of that with Reverend Jakes and Reverend Sharpton. I mean, I hate they didn't invite you, Mark. They didn't even invite you. Is what I'm after. You
I've
know.
had my feelings hurt before.
Okay. Well, uh, pay close attention to what's going on around us. Don't be so focused on what the Democrats are saying about the shutdown. The fact is, they had a chance to vote on it and they chose to shut it down. And it's nothing more than a power play. And I'll say this, if you're a Democrat and go along with what they're doing, I feel sorry for you. And you need a lot of prayer. And that's what we need to do. Pray for one another and pray for those in our leadership. Queasel, it's all yours.
Thank you, Charlie. Hey, you right. We need to be praying. I ain't got a lot to say tonight. I talked a little too much last week. Just got two or three things I want to tell you. Number one, if you see a veteran, somebody that's fought for this country, you thank them for what they done. If you see a police officer, a deputy, a trooper, investigator, EMT paramedic, a firefighter, anybody in that line of work, you tell them they go into what everybody else is running out of. Tell them you thank them. If you see a preacher, A preacher, it takes a lot of guts to stand up in front of folks in the world today and preach the word of God. If you see a preacher, let them know you appreciate them. Let them tell you preacher. When the last time you told your preacher you appreciated him? And so you need to do that and be thankful that you got a preacher. And then the last thing I want to tell you is I want to challenge everybody watching this show. Everybody watching the show, I challenge you between this Thursday and next Thursday. I want everybody to find at least one person, and I want you to tell them what Jesus done for you. That's all
Mm.
I got. I love you. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Floyd.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Queen. Mine's gonna be short and sweet too. Uh, I want to tell you something. We all got, like Queen was talking about, be thankful. We all. I'm gonna break it down for y'all so you can understand it. If you woke up this morning and you knew who you were and where you were, you didn't have nobody laying up at the funeral home, and you didn't have nobody from hospice in your house,
Mm.
you blessed.
Mm,
Amen.
For that.
good.
Thank
Yes.
you for that. Because it can all change pretty quickly there with you. It can
Like
change
that.
the twinkling of an eye. All of us testimony to that. But anyway, we love y'all. We thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I hope y'all have a great, safe week this week. And hopefully, if the good Lord willing, we'll see y'all again next week.
Guys, we love you. We appreciate you. I know maybe we don't tell you enough. We appreciate y'all joining us here every Thursday night for Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Ziggy B's Seafood Market, TK's Bar and Grill, Sawega Meat Company, Shingler Law, Seminole Livestock Auction, the Holstered 9, Phillips Auto Parts, Custom Cattle Services, KWG Plumbing, Southern Hissy Fits, Berry Hill Auctioneers, and Kelly Crop Insurance, our proud sponsors here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. You know what I'm going to tell you? Sunday's coming. I like what Queasel said. Tell somebody about what the Lord's done for you. That's the best way you can witness. You don't have to beat them over the head with a Bible. Just say, look what the Lord has done for me, and tell them. Scripture this week says this: my soul will boast in the Lord. Let the afflicted hear and rejoice. Guys, we love you. The Lord loves you. Keep trusting in the Lord. Keep looking up to Him. Lord willing, and the creek doesn't rise. We'll be right back here next week. Same place, same time for more Charlie Platt and the Road Sports Show. But until then, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter who you do it with, and most especially, if you are a stupid hobo tramp who is a stinking crook thief, be
Mhm.
particular.
Particular.
Good night, y'all.
See y'all.